In this video we'll see the delete operation based on the ID to delete a record based on the, let's say we pass the employee ID as a 2, we should be able to delete the second record. If we passed employee ID as a 3, we should be able to delete the third record. If we pass the invalid, then we should handle the appropriate error message to the client. So in this one, what I'll do is basically in the controller I will create an endpoint public async task of again action result, where I'll mention delete employee by ID, and again we'll do the same thing from the query. We'll pick up the integer employee ID to delete, and we'll return the response. Let me add an endpoint. So this will be http delete endpoint. So let me specify the specific name to this route, http delete employee by ID. So in this one again we'll do the same thing. Very first thing is the input validation that we do. If the employee ID is less than 0, return bad request invalid employee ID. Please provide valid input. Okay, so then we will add a try catch block here. Try, let me write down the catch with exception ex. So in this one we'll handle the error handling same way what we have done for the earlier system.console.writeLine ex.message. We'll log that message and we'll return the status code 500 with the message whatever we have received. So in the try block what we'll do here is we'll invoke a method, let's say underscore employee service is the service class object, and we have currently like get employee insert employee details, get employee details. We'll add one method here, delete employee details method. Okay, and so this will return either true or false. Based on that we'll handle the output. If result is true then something, if result is false then something. If result is true we'll return okay object or no content whatsoever, it's up to you. And if it is written false you can return not found. Let's say employee details with employee ID not found in records, something like this. If it is deleted we can return like 204 no content you can return. So you can return this as well with a very specific message, or you can return the OK object result, it's up to you. So let's say we return the OK, and here I am passing deleted the record for employee ID, let's say employee ID. Let me save this and let's implement this function, and this function will pass the employee ID as input. So this is the function name we need to implement in the service class. So in the service class, let's implement a function public async task of boolean. This will return true if we able to delete the employee record. If we are not able to delete it, then it will return a false. Okay, so delete employee details is the function taking employee ID as an input. So very first thing, likewise we do in the other code base, we'll do the same here. So we'll prepare SQL statement at the rate. So the SQL query is delete from table name. So what table name we have is employee table. Let me delete from employee table, where the ID that we need to delete, where the employee ID is equal to at the rate, let's say ID field. Then same thing, we need to prepare a SQL statement using SQL connection. We'll make object of this class SQL connection with the help of parameterized constructor. SQL connection will pass the connection string, and then we'll prepare open a port with the help of SQL connection dot open async. Then using SQL command cmd equal to new SQL command. So we'll use parameterized constructor here. From here we'll pass the SQL statement and SQL connection, these two inputs, and then we'll replace from this command the ID with the employee ID that we have passed. What you can do is, with the help of this object cmd dot parameters, and there is method called add with value. So we'll pass at the rate ID. I wanted to replace that with the employee ID what we have, and then you can directly execute a query. Wait, cmd dot execute non-query asynchronous method. So this guy will return an integer. If you see task of integer, so we'll hold that variable integer row affected. If it is able to delete it, then it will return 1. If it is not able to delete that, or the record is not found, the value is 0. So since this method is returning boolean, so what we can return is row affected is greater than 0, which means able to delete record, otherwise not able to delete record. So this is a simple method for delete operation. So in the controller, we are using this employee details from the service class. We are passing the employee ID, getting the result. If it is 1, which means we are able to delete the record. If not, we are not able to delete it. Let's test this now. So you can see the server is started on 7321, and the Swagger UI is opened for me. Let me show you. So this is the delete endpoint that we have created. Let's see what employee records we have. 3 records. Let me show you. So let's try to delete the very first record from the database. I'll try it out. I'll pass the employee ID as a 1 and click on the execute. So delete the record for employee ID 1. So 200. Okay, the response what we got. Now if I get using the get API with the employee ID, if I pass 1, I shouldn't be able to get the record. Employee with ID 1 not found in database 404. Same thing has been we can verify from here. See, the employee ID 1 has been deleted. So in this way we can implement a delete operation with the help of the edu.net queries.